Today we're checking out this Jeep licensed by RedRock HD tubular front bumper with a Jeep logo for the 2007 to 2018 Jeep Wrangler JKs. If you're wanting tougher front end protection, a cleaner, high clearance look, and real recovery points, this bumper is a solid bolt-on upgrade over that thin factory piece, so it's definitely worth checking out. The key feature here is going to start with its strong tubular design that tucks up for better approach angles. So you're less likely to drag that bumper on steep driveways or those off-road ledges. You're going to have welded shackle mounts with D-rings rated up to 9,500 pounds. So you're going to have safe pull points when you or your buddy's going to need a tug. There's this nice flat top section that works like a step to reach under the hood if you need it, and simple tabs to add lights if you want for more nighttime and trail vision. Most folks move to a bumper like this when the stock one is bent or rusty, or they just want a tougher look, or even they need better approach angles and real hookup points for trail use and recovery. The Jeep logo across the face gives it that legit Factory Plus style, and it helps you showcase that Jeep pride without looking out of place and like an afterthought. When it comes to the construction on this, you're getting heavy-duty steel tubes with steel plate ends, all welded solid and finished in this textured black powder coat finish. To fight chips, salt, and road grime, this powder coat finish really helps it hold up over time. The shackle mounts are tied into the bumper structure. They're not just tacked on as an afterthought, so they can handle some real-world use. The mounting brackets line up with the frame rails for a clean, rattle-free fit, and the edges are smooth so it sits straight on the nose of the Jeep. It also has this winch mount right here on the back, rated up to 12,000 pounds. So you're ready to go for recovery points, and overall this is a solid built bumper that's ready for the trail. As far as pricing goes on this, it's coming in right in the mid $800 price range. For a steel Jeep licensed tubular bumper with recovery points and a clean bolt-on fit, that is a very solid value in my opinion if you want protection and style without going full custom and breaking the bank. When it comes to the install on this one, it's going to get rated just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. You can get this job done in 2 hours or less of your time. Now let's head on out to the shop, and we're going to give you a detailed walkthrough of exactly how this install process goes.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, a ratchet, 7 and 17 millimeter wrenches, 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench, the included Allen wrench, an extension, 8, 13, 17, and 18 millimeter sockets, and a swivel adapter. What's up guys? Today we're installing a front bumper on our Wrangler. First we're gonna watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your front bumper, and then I'll meet you back here for the install.
So the first step to taking off our bumper is disconnecting our fog lights, and then we can go ahead and get underneath the bumper so we can start disassembling all of that hardware. You will need a 18 millimeter deep socket and a ratchet, as well as something comfortable to lay on. So just disconnect the fog lights. All you have to do is push down the tab, and we can take that off and set that aside. And we can do the same thing for the other one. So you're gonna have 4 studs with 4 nuts on either side of your frame rail. We are at the innermost bolts here. You're gonna be using an 18 millimeter deep socket to remove the nuts, and I am also using a 3-inch extension. This is just gonna help me clear the bumper down here. So the outer portion will be a lot easier to see. So what we're gonna do now is remove the 18 millimeter nuts that are holding on to the studs on our bumper. You're gonna have 2 on the outer portion of the frame rail and 2 on the inner portion. The inner portion is gonna be a little bit hard to see. So you will have 2 here. We're gonna use an 18 millimeter deep socket to remove those. I'm also using a 3-inch extension just to clear this bottom portion of the bumper. So now we're at the innermost driver's side bolts. You will have this vacuum pump here if you have a 2012 to 2018 JK, so I wouldn't recommend the extension, but if you have a 2007 to 2011 JK, you can use that extension to help you out. So after all the hardware is disconnected, we can take off our front bumper.
Now with our stock bumper removed, we just need to pull out our 2 fog lights to swap into our new bumper. We've got 4 8mm screws, so you can take an 8mm socket to remove. And pop out your light and do the same thing on the other one. So now I've got our new bumper on the table. First thing we're gonna do is mount up our fog lights. Now we've got a couple brackets that we have to install first, and then we can mount our fog lights onto that bracket. First thing we're gonna do is install our bracket. Now you want this side pointed in towards the fog light. We're using a bolt with a flat washer to thread into those holes. I'm taking a 2.5mm Allen wrench. It's got a ball end on it, so I can go in at an angle, go through that first hole. I'm going to thread that in the rest of the way by hand. And then I'll thread in my second bolt. And I'm just going to center up my bracket and snug both of those bolts down. And then you can drop in your fog light and then take another bolt with a flat washer. And I'm putting these up through the bottom, and then you'll get another flat washer on top and a nut. Then I'm going to take that included Allen wrench to hold down the bolt side, and then a 7mm wrench to tighten down the nut. Then repeat on the other side. Next, we're going to install our bolt plates. Now the stud part is going to go towards the top. Slide that into place and then spin your retainer clip onto that stud. Same thing over here. And then do that same thing on the other side. Now next we're going to get our top hoop ready to be installed. We need to apply this foam pad first. So just get the one that matches up with the side. They are size specific. And then peel the backing. Line it up with your bolt holes. Lay it down and then do the same thing on the other side. So now we're going to raise this up. We've got a bolt and a flat washer going through the top. And then we have a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut going on the other side. Now once you have your bolts installed on both sides, take a 17mm socket and wrench to tighten those down. Do the same thing on the other side. So now we're ready to get this mounted up onto our frame horns. I've got myself a buddy to help me lift this. Now on the nut portion of that bolt plate, we're gonna be installing a bolt with lock washer and flat washer. And on the back of the studs, we have a flat washer, lock washer nut. Now come underneath the bumper and take a 19mm socket to tighten down your hardware. And now we'll get those two on the inside of the frame rail and then plug in our fog light. Grab your connector, plug it in, repeat on the other side. And now lastly, we can install our D-rings. So just slide the bolt through, thread it into place. Do that same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Jeep licensed by RedRock HD tubular front bumper with Jeep logo for your 2007 to 18 Jeep Wrangler JK. Thank you for watching, and for all things Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.